Hello, this is a demo of Emotics running within the Powerhouse Hub learning management system. And today we're showing how our system works around ID verification and measuring engagement with training. So according to the Hong Kong Insurance Authority regulations on e-learning, you require continual ID verification during e-learning activities. So when a user logs in, before they can access their content, they need to authorize two-factor authentication using facial recognition. Once you agree, you're given instructions here telling you how to provide access to your webcam to allow for the facial recognition. Once we reload now, this should start letting us in. Once the user agrees, this will now let us into the system. So it's just starting to load up a course from Intuition. And then we have this icon in the top right corner shows that Emotics is working. So if we click on here, this is an admin view. And here we can see it's analyzing my face and 34 different coordinates of my face. From that, we are tying that to facial recognition based off a reference image that's compared to the snapshots that it's taking throughout this session. We also have emotional responses to the content that we're pulling in throughout the session. So that is emotions like surprise, joy, sadness, disgust, contempt, anger, and fear. Importantly as well, we have an attention metric. So this tells you if the person is paying attention, if they're actually looking at the screen or not. So if I look down, we'll see that that number starts to drift off and drops off to 0. So all of that data has been collected throughout the session, and we bring it into our analytics dashboard. So here on the left, you see all the red flags that we raise. Examples here are where there's a failure of ID verification, if the person was missing, so if they weren't watching, if the session was too short, if they're skipping through pages, if the learning management system wasn't in focus, if the window was too small, so they're putting it in the corner while they're working on something else. Also, if they're skipping through videos, they've repeated the course too many times, the score isn't high enough, if they're copying and pasting answers in instead of filling them out, or if they're opening up the dev tools to try to inspect HTML. Then we have an overview of what's happening across your organization. So looking at the courses where they're being carried out by country, by different modules, which can be filtered by day, week, and month. We also have demographic data allowing for filtering around things like role and location, seniority level. So if we look at different sessions that we have in here, you can review all of the sessions that have been carried out and filter those by all of those different red flags that we've raised, or things like your demographics. And you can apply multiple demographics on top of this. So this is an example of one session that's been carried out on that course we looked at in risk management. So here you can scroll through that entire course and the user session, and you can see the content that they engage with, stage by stage, step by step. You can lock it when required, and you're getting emotional responses and the other data that we have coming in here. To the left here, we have the ID verifications, so you can see what happened on each of those, and any red flags that have been raised. And it tells you exactly what happened, such as the learner skipped through 12 seconds of video during this session. Additionally, we have analytics on the engagement levels of all of your courses within your system. So we give you an overall engagement score, so you can see which courses perform better than others. And we can dive down into each of those courses on a highly granular level. So we can look at this section by section, page by page, and you have engagement levels with each of those sections. Similarly, we can show you engagement levels with each of your videos going through it. And we show you your best performing videos, best performing pages, and worst performing pages, allowing you to really optimize all of your training efforts going through. We also have a full list of all of your learners within here, so you can start reviewing each of those, and you can see each of the sessions that they've carried out and their red flags that have been raised in here, and compare those with their demographics. And additionally, you can dive into those demographics in here, say looking at different locations, and then drill down to see all of your users, say in Hong Kong from there. So that's our system. Thank you very much.